Mike, you were at Patient's Voice 2025. This is the third international conference that they've put on in Vancouver,
Hmm.
and they were talking about storytelling in many of their sessions. Tell me
Yeah.
what that was like.
It was a whole conference on patient and family storytelling and how it's embedded into medical education. So allied health professionals, nurses, and physicians. And so it was amazing. 250 people from around the world. Their entire focus is what our focus is in many ways. Like taking the stories and experiences of patients and family caregivers and using that to improve and change the healthcare system. This was slightly different because it was focused entirely on training the next generation of
Okay.
people and putting it into schools. It was very timely for me because that's going to be a big part of my life moving forward. But one of the things that I loved about it is Krystle was there too. And between Krystle and I think we had 7 presentations.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we were just, there was digital stories everywhere, and it was awesome. I never got to go to any of Krystle's presentations because I was always presenting at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And she was able to make it to one of mine. But it was just amazing to see all the different ways in which digital storytelling is being utilized, but also the way that common language is really making waves in this health education space,
That's
right? And
awesome.
if we could have had more facilitators there, we could have taken over that entire conference because that's essentially what we do, and everyone was just like, wait, tell me these digital stories. Where do you get them? How do you make them? And Krystle and I are involved in like 2 or 3 projects that came out of that conference. We had a meeting yesterday about
Oh,
working
yes.
with a group of indigenous communities to create digital stories that then they can embed into the curriculum at UBC, right?
Oh, that's
So,
perfect.
so yeah, there's lots of opportunities that came out of it, but the biggest thing that came out of it, and I said this actually, I stood up during one of the talkback times in the conference, is the very first time I was a patient advisor, the head of the cancer center sort of took me into the room and said, "Hi everyone, this is Mike. He's going to be your patient advisor. He just recently finished cancer treatments," and then left. And then I sat down with 10 oncologists and we sort of looked at each other like, okay, why are you here? And I was like, I don't know why I'm here, and it was just interesting to think about how far things have come in the last
Mm-hmm.
15 years when it comes to integrating patient voices and experiences, not just into education, but into decision making, to
Yep.
design of programs and services, research. It's just amazing, right? And it went from literally people just throwing you in a room with a bunch of healthcare providers to like now there's training about how to tell your story,
Mm-hmm.
training about what are some of the outcomes that people could learn from your story, and all those types of things. So it's amazing to see the progress of the past 15 years. I would say from when I first started traveling across the country with my very first film, and I'd show up at cancer centers and people are like, what's this patient doing giving grand rounds, to now where that's like an embedded part of the way that we're hoping to train healthcare providers and then even improve the healthcare system. So
Oh, I love it.
yeah.
And I know that Linda Nguyen and Samantha were there as well.
Yep.
They
Yep.
recently were on the
Connected with them.
podcast. I'll put that in the link and the link to the conference itself because I don't know. I really love the idea that we go to other conferences because you get to do it in a way that if we had a common language conference, we're bringing in the people that we already know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Yeah.
the idea of going to other conferences and introducing this. So, uh,
Mm-hmm.
way to take over, Krystle and Mike.
Yeah. It was
So
awesome.
we'll put the link to that conference as well, in case you're interested and want to know more about the 4th International Conference for Patients' Voice. And Mike, thanks again for sharing.
All right. Thanks, Christy.
All right.